you can use it. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Uh, First thing here, you have to give the name. Okay. I'll close. Once again, I'll go new. You have to click on to assembly. Okay. In this, we are not interchanging. We are not using any these kind of any these options. We'll just simply go with design. Okay, these are used for other purposes. Some of them which I also don't know. Okay, we'll just go with design. We'll change the assembly name here itself. I'll be going 03072022. I'll just go with this name. Okay, I'll uncheck this one. Click on OK. Okay, it is saying that it is already in use, so I'll just go with 123. And always, I think you know, right? MMNS, MMKS. So I'll just go with MMNS. Click on OK. Okay. Now, in this, okay, first um, and foremost thing here, assemble. This option will be using very. I mean, like with this option itself, we can do the entire assembly. Simple as that. Okay. Click on assemble. Okay. From roller support assembly, I'm taking one part by one part, one by one. Okay. I'll just go with base, click on base and click on open. Okay. Now, once again, I'll go to assemble, click on assemble. Once I click on assemble, it'll open the wherever the parts are there. Okay. Actually, before this, I would like to explain you about top down and bottom up assembly. Okay, basically there are two types of assemblies. Okay, uh, top down and bottom up. Okay, top down means this particular assembly, in this particular assembly you will create parts. Okay, whatever parts you want to create, you will just create it and you will call them into an assembly file. Okay, you will call all of them into an assembly file. That is what we are doing now. Okay, this is our syllabus actually. Bottom up, suppose you have a shaft here. Okay, and there is another shaft here and you want to connect these two shaft by coupling, and you don't know the exact dimension of the coupling. So what you'll do, you'll call these two parts in the assembly and you'll start developing it in presence of your environment, which is this and this. Okay, that is called as bottom up assembly. Okay, so in companies, most of the times in combination of these two will be using top down, they'll be using, as well as they'll be using bottom up. Okay. Okay, so as top down is there in our syllabus, we'll see top down assembly. We'll see just a tiny portion of bottom up assembly as well. I'll just show you both how it is done. Okay. Okay, guys, then as I told you, with just this option we can do the entire assembly. Okay, if you click on it, it says include, package and flexible. These are another types of assemblies, but we are not going with this. We'll just go with assemble. When you click on assemble, you will have lot of sub options. First it will go, since it is uh, a top up assembly, that means you already created the parts and you are calling that parts into an assembly folder. So I have already created these 4 parts. Okay, now I'll click on base and open. Okay, and you can see it is having 3 arrows, blue, green and red, and it is having 3 arcs, red, green and blue. So basically these are including, okay, these are including degrees of freedom, DOF. That means this part can move in basically X direction, this part can move in Z direction, this part can move in Y direction, this part can rotate, however you want it can do. Okay, so I'll come to this option or a placement. Okay, what I'll do before that ASM underscore DEF underscore CSYS assembly default coordinate system. ASM means assembly, DF means default, CSYS means coordinate system. Okay, that means your assembly file is having separate planes. You will have these kinds of planes in SolidWorks, as well as you'll have these kinds of planes in Creo only. Rest of the other softwares they'll not be providing. Kitty, I think it will not give. You have to create your own planes. Okay, I'll come to assembly. Okay, click on your base. It is showing. Okay, it is showing me 3 axes and 3 rotations. That means it has all the 6 degrees of freedom. Okay, fine, no issues. Now what I want is whatever you are seeing here, you can read it as base to right datum plane. You have 3 planes, right? Top, right, and uh, front plane. So basically these planes are related to this part. These planes are related to ASM underscore right. These planes are related to assembly. So now what I want is the right plane of assembly as well as the right plane of the part. I want to merge them. So what I'll do, movement, uh, instead of you'll have a lot of options. Whether you want it automatically means you need to select. If I select this plane and this plane, whatever is feasible according to the Creo, it will do it. See, I'll select this plane. See, carefully I'm selecting the assembly right plane. Carefully I'm selecting base right plane. See, automatically it took it. Okay. Now, already I have applied one constraint, which is coincident. Okay, which is coincident. The rest of the items are distance, angle offset, parallel, coincident, normal. So these are a few options here. Okay, these are a few options. If you clearly observe, there was a red arrow here, which is not visible. Why? Because you have constraint with respect to assembly plane. That means 1 degree of freedom is done. Okay, once again we'll see. You have to just understand one component fixation. Automatically every component you can do it very easily. Simply open. You can see all the 6 degrees of freedom are there here. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll go to the placements. You have number of placements here. Okay, what I'll do is I'll click on default. Default means the right plane of assembly and the right plane of this part, front plane of this assembly, the front plane of this part, the left plane of this assembly, no, top plane of this assembly and top plane of this part will match to each other automatically. That is what default means. Fix means wherever this component is there, as of now it will fix there. Okay, so first component should be always default or fixed. I'll click on default. Now it is not showing me any arrows. Why? Because this component is completely fixed. If a component is completely fixed, that means it is having 0 degrees of freedom. Okay, why it is necessary? Because why it is necessary to fix all this? Okay, generally in real time scenario also, your base will be completely fixed. Your base will not be moving. In this case, we are doing roller assembly. Only the roller will be moving. Roller will be rotating, not moving. So this part is completely fixed. If you see in the tree, it is not showing me the assembly assembly planes and all those things, not at all. It is not showing me anything, but I want to see all those things. Okay, I'll go to this option called as settings, tree filter. In tree filter, you need to check both features as well as placement folders. Click on OK. Now you can see it is showing me assembly planes here, assembly coordinate system. And if you go to this part part and there is one folder called as placement folder. In this folder, it will show you what type of constraints you have applied. Okay, next, again go to assemble. Next, I'll be going with flange. Click on open. So what you can do here is, first you'll keep them as of in required position. Okay, you'll keep them as of in required position. Okay, this is my required position. Technically, this hole as well as these holes should match. After that, what I'll do, I'll go to placements, click on placements. First, select the component item, then select the assembled item. Here, automatic is there. Instead of automatic, I'll be going with coincident. What I'll do, I'll coincide this axis with this axis. That means both axes are in line. Okay, since I'll just cancel once again. Assemble, flange, open. You can see first I'll place them however I required by clicking onto these arrows, and by dragging them you can do it. Oh no, see, now my base is completely fixed, so it is not showing me any box over here. This is not completely fixed. It is showing me a box that indicates that, bro, whatever the component you have assigned or assembled, it is not completely fixed. Okay, for that you need to edit it. Click onto that, go with this edit symbol. Okay, drag it out. Okay, it is more or less in position. I'll go to place